two teams to be greeted by 63,000 fans. Jack Charlton, not the last out for Leeds United, the substitute behind him. So Chelsea break to the left. And that is the Chelsea team still wearing their tracksuits. There is the team, one positional change from the Wembley game. It's a significant one. Harris, number 2, to Mark Gray. Now young Alan Hudson, hoping to clinch a cup medal in his first glorious season, just couldn't make it. The team has a 4-3-3 look about it, with Baldwin, Osgood and Hutchinson up front, Hollins, Houseman and Cook looking after the midfield. Leeds have had their scares, and Sprake, injured against Celtic, hasn't made it. David Harvey comes in for his second FA Cup tie. Leeds too will be operating 4-3-3 with Jones, Clark and Lorimer doing the striking, Bremner, Giles and Gray the midfielder. Now this will be a battle of two great teams, but there'll also be some intriguing personal battles. Eddie Gray, the man of the match at Wembley, and his wizardry could work once again. David Webb, he'll be a centre-back this time, with Harris taking Gray. Jack Charlton, on his brother's home ground, will want to keep Osgood quiet once again as he did at Wembley. Peter Osgood knows he was reduced to an anonymous role at Wembley, a means to prevent a repeat performance. Peter Bernetti, one of the great goalkeepers, not only in England but in the world. So the two captains have tossed up. The referee, Mr. Eric Jennings of Starbridge, his two linesmen, Bob Mathewson of Littlehalton near Bolton, a former professional player, and Mr. J.H. Jackson of Huntingdon. The wind is blowing strongly from left to right. So, Mick Jones, the pair of feet, right in the middle. Giles, number 10, and it's Leeds will kick off. Hunter. Harris. Charlton sensibly using the wind. Harvey's first feel of the ball. His first feel of the ball in the European Cup semi-final was when he picked it out of the net. He came on as a substitute. Lorimer. Clark. Lorimer. Oh, and almost an own goal by Dempsey. The luck went with him then. Throw to Leeds. Bremner. Lorimer. And well, Leeds feel that they've got them going right from the start. Bernetti. Charlton feel for offside. Not given. Lorimer to Clark. Lorimer was in an offside position, didn't interfere with play. Hunter to Cooper. Giles, number 10. Charlton. Hutchinson for Chelsea to Osgood. Number 7 is Baldwin. And Cooper, as majestic as he was at Wembley. Gray. Bremner. Gray. And a foul. Gray was brought down. Eddie Gray was stripped by Webb, so once again Gray is torturing Webb. Seemed to be as if Gray chased Webb then. Bremner to take the free kick. Can hang this one in the wind. even the ball hanging in the wind can upset Benetti. Hunter, Gray. Lorimer. Harris sticking close to Gray. Osgood. Baldwin's number 7. Osgood. And Bremner, the Leeds. And Bremner tripped. And now Bremner. Jones, number 9. To Lorimer. Looking for Clark. Clark back to Cooper. Number 8, Alan Clark. Now Osgood. Osgood to Hutchinson. Charlton there. Hollins with the throw for Chelsea. Number 10, Hutchinson. Ian Hutchinson, terribly dangerous raider. 5 minutes gone, no score. Harvey, a player who's had quite a lot of experience. He's played in the European Cup. Cook, who's wearing number 8. Cook is number 8 and Houseman is number 11. So they had a last second switch of numbers. Lorimer. Clark. Clark back to Bremner. A foul. Bremner foul by Houseman. There's Houseman wearing number 11. Houseman wearing his number 11 and not the number 8, as everybody expected. Free kick to Leeds. Jones. Hollins. And Cooper up with the attack. Oh, the Chelsea defence rather. That's Cooper who put that ball across so beautifully. He's a great overlapping back. Cook. Hollins. McCready finding Cook. McCready. Harris. Osgood. Osgood, I think, thought he had his ankles tapped then as he tried to worm his way through, but it was quite accidental. Goal kick to Leeds United. Osgood getting a lucky rebound. Houseman. Cooper has missed so much by England in the home international championships. For reasons such as that, playing his way out of trouble. Terry Cooper. Webb to McCready. Harris. Osgood to Hutchinson. And up comes Baldwin, number 7. Throw to Leeds. No, it's given to Chelsea. Came off Cooper's ankle. So here's the long throw specialist, Ian Hutchinson. Watch the action of the arms as he throws it. They go round like windmills. Wind blowing it towards the Leeds goal. That's confidence for you by this youngster, David Harvey. Clark. To Lorimer, now Bremner. This match losing nothing in comparison with the Wembley final. Preedy finding Hollins. Hollins to Baldwin. Well, everybody in good voice with a chance. Bremner. Madeley to Hunter. Now Clark didn't get high enough for that one. He jumped badly. Now Cooper always ready to snatch up this loose ball. Oh, and it's a Lorimer. And not a soul there. Clark. Lorimer. He might have done better if he'd gone down and headed it. Chelsea were in terrible trouble then. Peter Lorimer. That was the first real nail biter for Peter Bonetti. 10 minutes gone, no score. Now Madeley. Now Cook. And Hollins breaking down the middle. There's Hollins, number 4, a great run. Tremendous bit of work by John Hollins, ran fully 50 yards. Giles, who used to play on this ground for Manchester United, to Gray. Dempsey getting Bonetti in trouble. Dempsey almost got his goalkeeper into serious trouble. Cook finding Osgood. Osgood fouled by Giles. Giles, the man who brought Osgood down, and Osgood lying just a wee bit behind Houseman and Baldwin and Hutchinson. And there's a bit of concentration there from that youngster. Dempsey to take the free kick for Chelsea. Osgood thinking he should have had a penalty. But what the referee has to decide is whether there was any intention on Madeley's part to push him down or whether it was just an accidental collision. Mr. Jennings in no doubt at all. Houseman seemed to handle that one. He's been penalised. Free kick to Leeds United. Jack Charlton to take the free kick. And Webb. Hunter to Cooper. See how that hung in the wind. number 11, Gray, with a throw for Leeds. Gray again with a throw. Now he's leaving it for Norman Hunter. Well, that shows what reputations can do. Hunter getting booed before he's committed a single offence. Cooper back to Charlton and in space for the return. Clark. Giles taking his eye off the ball, so it's Osgood. That ball. Gray. Gray to Giles. Brenda square of him. Now Gray. Two men taking Gray every time. Back to Giles. And that almost upset Benetti. Johnny Giles, who knows every wind eddy on this ground. The former Manchester United player got a cup winner's medal with them. The loser's medal with Leeds. That's a good shot of Benetti's job as a goalkeeper at goal kick time. McCready. We've had one from Hunter to Osgood. Up comes Hollins. I suppose worth a dip from Hollins, but the ball has spun away from him, hit the outside of his shoe. So far, nothing in this. Leeds started off really well, but now with a quarter of an hour gone, Chelsea recovered their composure a bit. Jones back to Giles. Clark harrying Webb, but couldn't force him into a careless pass. Baldwin to Hollins. Osgood. Chelsea just wanting a little too much time to settle on the ball. Lorimer. Giles. Number 7, Lorimer. Gray and Jones. And Dempsey really giving some of his colleagues a roasting for that. Dempsey was let down badly by his colleagues. And Mick Jones almost had a chance for the first goal. Lorimer up to Jones. Now it's Jones and Harris a bit too slow moving to that one. Webb kept his head well. Charlton to Cooper. Gray coming back to help his defence. The Leeds defence looking much more solid than Chelsea's. Chelsea's ball. And Hutchinson's got to go back a bit. Ian Hutchinson, again light as a fullback. Nottingham Forest didn't make the grade, went into non-league football, and now a goal scorer, leaving it for Hollins. Long throw, no good in this position. Giles to Gray. They really buzz after Gray as soon as it touches the ball. Harris, the skipper, with a throw for Chelsea. Throw to Leeds. Hunter, number 6. To Gray. Clark, Giles. Leeds pushing it around very nicely now. That was obstruction by Osgood on Gray. And Osgood is just getting a word of warning from the referee for throwing that ball away. Giles with the indirect free kick for Leeds. Jack Charlton ran into his man then. He wasn't knocked down. Throw to Chelsea. His defence isn't relishing the pressure that's being put on it. Giles, a bit of room in which to work. Baldwin has come back to reinforce the defence. Cooper. This boy began life as a wingman. A good tackle by Baldwin. And Giles going into Harris. A foul. Johnny Giles, number 10. Body checked. Harris. It was a case of the chopper getting chopped. I wonder what's going through the minds of those Chelsea fans. I don't think they're relishing the pressure that's being put on their defence, despite that sweet smile. Lorimer. Watch one for Clark to chase with Webb. Oh, a bit suspicious, maybe. Clark making no appeal for a penalty. Osgood. Cooper. Cooper, a player of great calmness, never gets flurried or hurried about anything. Hollins way off the target with that one. That's the second one Johnny Hollins has fired in way off the target. So 20 minutes gone in this FA Cup final replay. No score. And not a place to be had in this Old Trafford Stadium. Capacity crowd of 63,000. Hunter to Giles. Cooper. Leeds knocking this ball around very, very accurately, very cleverly. Hunter. Jones. And Giles. Giles, with his legs whipped away from him by Hutchinson. Noticeable that with Leeds against the wind, Charlton hasn't gone up for any of these set pieces. He's taking the free kick himself. Houseman back for the defence. Throw to Leeds. Bremner, not been as dominating as he can be yet, but still plenty of time for Bremner. Clark to Lorimer. Corner kick. And Charlton is coming up for this one. There's Bremner going in, and here comes Charlton. The Giraffe, and you may remember it was after 20 minutes play at Wembley that Charlton got the first goal. We've had about 20 and a half minutes play in this replay. Charlton with both arms raised. Oh, he nearly got that one. Lorimer. Clark. Giles. Leeds really brought the big boys up then, mainly as well. And now here's Cooper. Jones. Oh, a good effort on the turn. Vic Jones might have been a long way off the goal with a shot, but he turned in a very, very small space. Hit the ball well. So Leeds are obviously wasting no opportunity to have a shot at goal. So we're midway through the first half, and if you were right at the bottom of the Stretford end, this is the sight you'd have of Bonetti. Hutchinson. First mistake Cooper has made. And he retrieves it. Oh, Bremner. And Lorimer having to get Leeds out of trouble. Bit of overconfidence then. Now here's Cook. And Norman Hunter on his wrong foot at the moment. He can still use that left one. And McCready and Hunter having a wee bit of 15 3-minute rounds. And Osgood. Baldwin. Clark after him. Play on. Giles. Now Lorimer. Oh, Lorimer might have a crack at this. If Lorimer had hit it with his left foot. And let's have a look at that again. Lorimer trying to get it to his right foot, his strong foot. And he might have been better if he'd used his left. Hutchinson pushing down Cooper. Free kick to Leeds. Giles. This is Gray. Jojo, oh, what a great save by Benetti. Oh, tremendous save by Benetti. And as Gray pulls this in, what's the flick, and then the great save. A tremendous effort, reflex effort by Peter Benetti. Corner to Leeds. And how would you like to be in that goal mouth with Jack Charlton around? Still it's Dempsey getting it clear. Now Baldwin. And the Leeds big fellas have got to race back. Chelsea giving them time. Dempsey, number 5. Ooh, that was a dangerous one. Lorimer. And McCready, brilliantly placed for Chelsea, but this Chelsea defence is looking terribly porous. That one hanging in the air again, and it's Clark. And to Clark, having his shirt pulled, a free kick to Leeds. 20 minutes from half-time. Mr. Jennings not very popular with the Chelsea fans. Giles with the kick. It goes Bremner. Goal kick. It's hotting up now. Bremner driving his men forward. Leeds doing all the work at the moment, putting Chelsea under terrible pressure. Charlton. Harris. Cooper rarely does that, but look at Hunter covering behind him. These have obviously recaptured all their old zest for the game. Hunter not risking a clearance with that right foot. Hunter uses his right leg to stand on them for no other reason. Lorimer, and look at the speed of him against McCready. Once again, Benetti, the saviour of Chelsea, but Lorimer's got McCready beaten for speed. Giles. Clark back to Giles. Charlton. Hunter. And Hunter didn't like the position he was put in, but he's having a fair old battle of words with Charlton. Hutchinson back to Osgood. Now, Madeley finding Giles, now Hunter. Giles to Bremner. Clark. Oh, inch away, no more. And Alan Clark, he took that onto his left foot, was only an inch away from the post. Benetti stranded. Well, the Chelsea fans now, no wonder they're looking a wee bit apprehensive, because Chelsea in real trouble, I would think. Hutchinson determined for that one. No. Houseman. Cook. And Charlton putting his goalkeeper in terrible trouble. Charlton must have taken leave of his senses then. Charlton kicked the ball out of his own goalkeeper's hands after waiting for the goalkeeper to take the ball. And now it's a free kick to Leeds. Foul by Webb on Clark. Cooper. Hollins for Chelsea. On his right foot, Hunter looks quite vulnerable. Madeley. Back comes Houseman to help his defence, and that's out of play. Peter Houseman having to come back to bolster up this Chelsea defence. Quarter of an hour left then. Still no score. Almost incessant Leeds pressure. Bremner with the throw for them. Madeley. Jones. And Benetti is hurt. And Mick Jones saying, I went for the ball, but the referee is telling him to be a wee bit careful. Well, that's Harry Medhurst. And now, as the ball comes across, look, as Jones goes up and trying to hit the ball, crashes right into Benetti. And it's Benetti's knee. And it's "We want a ref" is the chant from the crowd. This is not a pretty sight for Chelsea fans or for Sir Alf Ramsey. Obviously not a painless operation for Benetti. Benetti is such an agile goalkeeper, they call him the cat, so anything wrong with his knee, which will in any way impede his quick movements, will be a bitter blow for Chelsea, and Benetti is in real trouble. This almost deserves an X certificate. Ooh. Damage seems to be just above the knee, and that's the spray which is going to go on, the pain-killing spray which gets deep down into the muscles. And you can see how painful it is, the Benetti gripping Harry Medhurst's wrists. That's a freezing cold spray. The spray itself hurts. This is something that nobody wanted. This great goalkeeper, Peter Benetti, who's already earned his money, but with a superb display, he was voted the #2 man of the match at Wembley. It's Ron Harris, his skipper, with him. And there's Cocker, the Leeds trainer, has gone up there. See whether he can help. And Benetti's going to carry on, but he's obviously in terrible pain. And I would say this is now, at the moment, a 50% Peter Benetti. Dempsey with the goal kick. So this, Leeds have a chance now to capitalise on this. They've got to put Benetti under pressure. But Leeds know they've got to keep the ball well away from him. Now Houseman to Osgood, #9. To Cook, Baldwin. Houseman. Hutchinson. Baldwin to Cook. Couldn't get across to that even if been fit. Great tragedy for Peter Benetti. But I doubt whether he'd have got it, so the Leeds fans can really go to town. And Jones has scored the important first goal. 35 minutes. Now, Cook. Free kick to Leeds. Referee had already blown for a free kick, and somebody is hurt. Clark is hurt. It's Alan Clark. Alan Clark, all right again. Benetti looking a very sad and sorry man at the moment. Must be in great pain. Free kick to Leeds. Lead 1-0. Jones. To Gray. Throw in. Chelsea's throw. #4, Hollins. Baldwin, #7. Getting no change at all from Cooper. And he doesn't even get the corner he might have expected. Now, incidentally, many people might wonder about that when Benetti was hurt. Remember that the decision of the referee was a goal kick, not a free kick. Harvey, who's had hardly anything to do in this game. Jones. Harris. Giles. Charlie Cook. Hollins to Osgood. And that was a trip by Clark. He left his foot there to hook Osgood. Alan Clark, who's in the England-Mexico squad. Number 4, Hollins, to take the free kick. Big fellas went up. Dempsey was there, but so too was Webb. There's Dempsey, who went up with Webb. Numbers 5 and 6, the two big lads at the back for Chelsea. Young Harvey, the only anxious moment he's had came from Jack Charlton. Giles to Bremner. This wind really is strong. Bremner with a throw for Leeds. Osgood. Osgood to Hutchinson. Charlton. Lorimer. Just 5 minutes from half-time, plus quite a bit of injury time. Remember the injury to Benetti. 1-0 for Leeds. Jones the scorer after 35 minutes. Webb to Hollins. McCready. Now there's nobody to chase that one. Jones is cutting off the back pass, not successfully. Benetti's limp not too bad at the moment. Cooper. Jones. Back to Cooper. Webb to Jones. To Gray. Gray brought down by Harris. And Harris has caught him behind that left knee. Harris acknowledging what he did. And Alan Clark not liking it. But this foul by Harris now puts Chelsea under a lot of pressure, because this high ball will come across and Peter Benetti is in no fit state to cope with such centres. It's a nasty one right behind the left knee. Again, that hand-holding to relieve the pain. So Gray hobbling around rather painfully. And Les Cocker seems to be quite satisfied he can cope until half-time. Now Harris, the man who gave away the free kick, marshalling his defence. Giles. Benetti bravely coming out for that one against Jack Charlton. Now, I don't know what the Chelsea fans are objecting to. It's quite right for Clark to stand there. Bremner. Giles. Clark, behind him Webb. Someone would like this ball on the deck. Now, Benetti. Beginning to move a wee bit better now, Benetti. Lorimer was a great tackle by Macready. Now Webb. Macready. That's Eddie Macready, Scottish international. A minute of normal time left. 1-0 for Leeds. Cooper. Harris to Hollins. Baldwin to Hutchinson. And Giles coming back to tackle like a demon. And Hutchinson really went through and having a go at Gray. Benetti getting better every minute. So the 45 minutes are up. We're now playing the injury time. For those who just tuned in, Mick Jones gave Leeds the lead after 35 minutes. And this fellow, Harvey, had hardly anything to do in the match. First half, which has really belonged to Leeds United. Harris finding Baldwin. Well, Baldwin would love to see the last of Terry Cooper. There's Harris. Hutchinson with the throw. He's getting the stick from the Leeds fans. And Don Revie still not satisfied, shouting out orders to his men. Bremner. Now Macready. Goal now would be great medicine for Chelsea. Cook. The wind, the troublesome thing, even when the ball's on the deck, it's moving very, very quickly because the wind's very strong. So, Harvey had an easy cup final. Giles has picked up every loose ball in midfield. I thought Jones made a back then, but the referee no doubt waving play on because Chelsea in possession. Mick Jones was the offender then, but the advantage law was applied. Houseman to Osgood, and the flag's up for offside against Charlie Cook. But again, the game allowed to go on because Leeds in possession. Giles. Ooh, that one really hanging. Dropping like a badminton shuttlecock. Webb. Hunter. And the whistle goes for half-time. Leeds United in the lead by 1-0. The scorer, Mick Jones. There's Mick Jones, signed for £100,000 from Sheffield United. Scored the goal just after Peter Benetti had been injured in a collision with him. And Benetti still limping rather painfully. I doubt very much whether he would have saved the shot, even if he'd been 100% fit. So Benetti, who got a tremendous welcome from the Leeds United supporters, who are behind him now, So down by 1-0. Chelsea kick off for the second half. Now, Hollins. Chelsea now are facing the strong wind. Number 3, Cooper. Clark. Giles has got through so much work. Good tackle by McCready. Eddie McCready to the strong men of the Chelsea defence. Bremner with the throw for Leeds. Waving play on, although the crowd shouted for a foul on Clark after the ball had gone. Now McCready. Cooper. Throw to Leeds. Dave Sexton just on the right of the pitch with the Chelsea manager. And Norman Hunter taking his time before he takes the throw to Gray. Hunter. That was and you can see the bandaged knee of Benetti. The left knee all bandaged up and his left boot strapped up. Clark going in strongly but losing to Hollins. Now Cook. Harris. Ron Harris, the chopper Harris as they call him at Chelsea. Gray. Chelsea's throw. Harris, who's a tremendous marker, tremendous tackler. Now Hollins. And Baldwin's limping. Painful crack on the leg. Osgood finding Harris. This is Baldwin. It's all right again. Webb to Harris. Leeds so much quicker onto the ball. Jones back to Madeley. And offside. Clark is offside. Oceans of room, though. There was a great yawning gap in the Leeds in the Chelsea defence. Gary Sprake, the Leeds goalkeeper, whom the only one that played at Wembley, missed this match. Really, do we see Bremner pushed off the ball, and it was a foul by Cook. Cook, number 8. Charlie Cook, Scottish international. Charlton to take the free kick for Leeds. Clark to Jones. Handball, yes. Whatever he claims, he handled that one, and we all saw it. Houseman, round 11. Oh, putting McCready in the spot of bother, getting out of it well. Webb. Hutchinson. Osgood. Hollins coming up with him square. And Cooper to Bremner. Hutchinson. Houseman to Cook. Houseman, number 11. Cook. Houseman. And Harvey playing as if he's been on the lead side for years. Houseman, a good centre that to test the young goalkeeper. Houseman again. Chelsea have got to come at Leeds now. 5 minutes gone, no score in the second half, so Leeds still lead 1-0. Hunter to Lorimer. Clark. And the referee's given a free kick to Leeds. Penalised Houseman. Now before Bremner to take the free kick. Now he wants Charlton to take it. Rather strange free kick that for Jack Charlton to take. Called in at the last minute, seemed to be in two minds what to do. Hunter. A Cook. Cooper, and Cooper showing where he got the Harris's stunts. It's Osgood. Charlton. And, Charlton right at Osgood. And Osgood went into Charlton, and there could be trouble now for somebody. Now there's Bob Matthewson, the linesman, an ex-professional player himself. And Cooper's got all his trousers ripped. There's Cooper getting new pair of pants. But let's see what happens to the referee. And Charlton and Osgood have got away with it. So the referee, having sorted out that spot of bother to his satisfaction, it's a free kick to Leeds United. The original trouble was a tackle from behind by Osgood. Cooper with the free kick. Cook. Madeley. Houseman. Osgood getting up well to that one to Cook. And Charlton. And Charlton brought down from behind by Cook. And Charlton giving Clark a bit of stick for not moving forward. It's a free kick to Leeds United. Giles, no, leaving it for Bremner. Jones couldn't get up to that one. But Leeds are looking much the better side in almost every department of the game. They're superior. And Giles really going into Hutchinson. Free kick to Chelsea. And there are some fair old crunching tackles going on in this match. No place for boys. John Dempsey. Hollins to take the free kick for Chelsea. Osgood, Hutchinson and Webb all up there. And it's a corner kick. It's a throw-in, and that's as good as a corner kick when Hutchinson's going to take it. The second time we've seen the long throw near to the goal line. Houseman for Hutchinson to Cook. 10 minutes of the second half gone. Leeds in the lead, 1-0. Hollins to Hutchinson. And now then, Clark's got a great chance. Jones racing up in support. What a great tackle by Webb. The Hunter. Gray back to Cooper. Leeds got much more drive. And Cooper kept it in. Giles. It's a corner. It was deflected. Johnny Giles really hit it. And as that one came across, miracle it was kept in, and Giles raced onto it, hit it, and it must have hit Dempsey and just scraped past the post. Brilliant bit of running by Terry Cooper. And Leeds really turning on the sort of football that took them to the top of everything during the season. Ray with the corner. Oh, Benetti's missed it, and it's up the line, but it's a foul anyway. Charlton got it, but Benetti had been fouled. Charlton doesn't like the interpretation, but he'll just have to lump it. Dempsey having to take all the goal kicks and free kicks within the penalty area. Cooper. Gray. Now Gray thought that Giles had moved up. And look, Madeley's so much quicker to the ball. Baldwin. Baldwin to McCready. And Chelsea seem to be so slow that they're forced into errors as McCready was then. He had lots of time to play the ball accurately. This is great pressure play by Leeds, led by Bremner, number 4. Webb in trouble. Throw to Leeds. David Webb, centre back in this match, not a full-back. Giles is not going to take it, it's Lorimer. Oh, good flick that by Jones. And Lorimer with the throw for Leeds. That was a foul throw. You saw the foot well over the line, but the referee waving play on as Leeds in possession. Now, Chelsea in possession. That's why the game was played on, but Chelsea are so slow when they are in possession. Giles should never have got that ball. Goal kick too. Chelsea, who are being hard-pressed once again. Now Hollins. Madeley. And the Leeds defence has never been in any real trouble at all. Hutchinson. Now a chance for someone to put them in trouble. And Gray. Now splendid clearance, finding his man too. Number 3, McCready. And again, the Leeds pressure telling. Jones, no doubt about that for a foul. Cook went straight across the body, and Dempsey rather stupidly throwing the ball. And I would have said he threw it at the referee. Just missed him. Jennings in no doubt, and that really was a foul. Giles with the free kick. Charlton. Jones. Charlton. and Hutchinson. And it's a free kick. Free kick to Chelsea, quarter of an hour of the second half gone, and Chelsea a goal down, scored by Jones after 35 minutes. And that is rather indicative of the state Chelsea are in at the moment. Free kick thrown away like that. It's a fair old throw, even though it was with the wind. Now McCready. Cook. McCready again. Cook, who's not stamped his personality on this game at all yet. McCready. Madeley to Bremner. To Madeley. Leeds always contriving to have a man in space. Good moving off the ball. Cook to Webb. Osgood, but nobody there when he lays it off. Lorimer, Jones on the right. There's Jones. Well, nothing wrong with Benetti's positioning for that shot by Jones. Cook keeping Clark out of it very well. Baldwin. Osgood. Charlton's never been far away from Osgood. Lorimer. Clark and Jones up with him. Ooh. Lorimer would have been better advised to pass that ball. Gray. Oh, that could have been a nasty one from Eddie Gray. Caught Benetti in two minds. Gray floated it very well. Benetti moving easy and eyes all strapped up. Cook out to Houseman. Cook. Hollins screaming as he runs behind him. Goes to Baldwin. Hutchinson. Hollins to Osgood. Bremner. Now to Giles. Now Benetti finding Hollins. Good player, this boy Johnny Hollins. Bremner covering him. A Cook. Number 8. Cook to Hollins. And Cooper. What a fine fullback he is. Cook to Osgood. Good positive goalkeeping by this young fella Harvey. Decided that was his ball and went for it. Number 4, Hollins. Osgood. Baldwin. That's the first time that Chelsea have come close to a goal. Hunter. And McCready. Wasn't hit him too hard against Benetti. The Benetti state. Eddie McCready, number 3. Ooh, Madeley didn't quite get to that one. Osgood. That's Cook who suddenly sprinted away. And Osgood and Bremner. And, oh, Hutchinson right into Bremner. There was no excuse for that. And he must be booked. And That's Bremner who got it in the knee, but really Hutchinson asked for trouble. So it's Bremner injured, and there's been really so many players have pushed and shoved and hacked out when the ball has gone, and there was Ian Hutchinson paying the price, seeing that Osgood and Bremner were all tangled up and having a go at each other, pushes Bremner and gets his name taken. The bottle, keep out of other people's troubles. Bremner all right again. Charlton to take the free kick. In normal circumstances, he'd have gone up into the penalty box for this one. Houseman to Hutchinson. Well, almost everybody's getting the stick from the crowd one way or another. Hollins, but here's Cooper. Oh, what a save from Benetti! Oh, 10 out of 10, and one for neatness for Benetti for that save. And what a shot by Cooper. Number 9 is Osgood. Hutchinson. Webb to Hollins. And the first time we've seen Cooper beaten it. Houseman. And there's a flurry of white shirts and no blue ones. It wasn't out. Don Revie with Les Cocker on his right, and look at the orders being flung at the team. Throw to Chelsea. We're midway through the second half. That means 22 and a half minutes from the end of this FA Cup replay. FA Cup final replay, and Chelsea are one down. McCready with a throw for them. And Bremner is clobbering Hutchinson. Free kick to Chelsea. And Hollins to take it. This boy will never give up. And Lorimer came in within the 10 yards. So Lorimer paid for his sins then. The free kick has to be retaken. And again this boy Harvey showing great determination. McCready against Jones, and McCready the winner. To Harris. Hutchinson, Osgood, Houseman, and Bremner. Bremner, what a player. Houseman. Osgood back to Cook. Harris going square on the right, instead square to the left with Hollins. Webb. Ooh, that could have bounced awkwardly. Throw to Leeds. Eddie Gray, man of the match at Wembley. Leaving it for Terry Cooper. Harris. The big giraffe getting up to that one, but Osgood reading it well. Houseman's unmarked on the left. Here's Houseman. And Harvey doing everything Sprague could have done. Now, Osgood had no need to put his foot up then. Free kick to Leeds United. Osgood just putting his foot up rather stupidly, and I'm sure he realises that now. 20 minutes left. Free kick to Leeds United, who are 1-0 in the lead. And that is a free kick again to Leeds, because Hutchinson went in, turned his back, stuck his backside out at the goalkeeper. If you want to charge goalkeepers, you can charge them, but it must be shoulder to shoulder. Clark. Giles to Gray. Hunter. Clark. Gray. Lorimer. Lorimer had that left flank beaten in the first half, but he... Free kick given to Leeds United. Lorimer fouled. There's Houseman back to help his defence. And Jones calmly handling that, heading that to Benetti, and maybe a few cameras broken. And off goes Charlie Cook, and in goes Hunter like a tank. Foul by Cook on Hunter. Charlie Cook beaten, bringing down Hunter. Dave Sexton must realise his team is rather fortunate to be only one down. Dave Sexton in the background. Free kick to Leeds United, taken by Charlton. McCready finding Houseman. And Benetti now even risking kicking the ball. Throw to Leeds. Bremner, not even Bremner in any mood to hurry at the moment, but 17 minutes left for play. Les Cocker nearest to us, Don Revie, the background. Clark to Lorimer. McCready sticking closer to Lorimer in this second half than he did in the first, when he was quite often left standing. Now Lorimer with the throw for Leeds. Clark. Oh, Baldwin in trouble, now it's Cooper. And it's ripped in again by Benetti from Cooper. And Cooper snapping up that mistake by Baldwin. Benetti covering the near post and brilliantly turning it round the post. Terry Cooper having a personal battle with Peter Benetti this evening. Lorimer with the corner. And Jack Charlton limping. That's Jack Charlton. It's got a bother. He's not praying, he's got an ankle injury, I think. So here comes Les Cocker. see what happened to Charlton. I was going to bang on his right thigh. The crowd is slow hand clapping, but they must realise the referee always stops his stopwatch and adds on time as he did in the first half. So Charlton all right, and a goal kick to Chelsea, quarter of an hour left for play. Chelsea 1 down here in the FA Cup final replay. So throw now to Hunter. So throw to Leeds. Now, Gray. Lorimer looking for Jones. Dempsey sticking close to Jones. Now Bremner. And Cook back. And it's a goal kick. Linesman right on the spot. Cook did well to come and tackle back. It's a brave man to tackle Bremner when he's in full cry. Don Revere lighting another cigar. Whether in celebration or worry, we don't know. Osgood. Osgood again to Harris. And Harris looking for Hutchinson, and here's Hollins. Hollins so often comes through like that to join the front runners. He did this in the league match against Leeds and scored a great goal. He's not been able to hit them right this evening. If he does, then Leeds are in trouble. Right, a bit subdued at the moment. Harris. Landing Baldwin now. Hollins again. Osgood. Now Hutchinson. Cook. And Osgood! Oh! Brilliantly scored by Osgood. Ran beautifully off the ball. And Charlie Cook, the man who made it, slugging the ball brilliantly. Osgood running on the blind side of the defence, lining the ball with his head, sending the goalkeeper the wrong way. One each. So Osgood has equalised, and the Chelsea fans have suddenly erupted. They've been rather subdued. So 1 goal each, a goal right out of the blue, but brilliantly made, brilliantly taken, and Harvey had no chance at all. So 33 minutes of the second half, 12 minutes to go. Leeds United, who seem to have had the game won, have let it slip again. Now, Houseman. Hutchinson. It's what Chelsea needed to lift them, and they get a free kick. Madeley taking down Hutchinson. It's Paul Madeley, man who's played everywhere but in goal. And Eddie Medhurst is coming on to have a look at Ian Hutchinson. Dave Sexton much happier now. That's Marvin Hinton, the substitute, on his left. But Dave Sexton always looks serious. Those are Chelsea fans, and the Stretford end has erupted as if Manchester United were playing. Hutchinson all right. Number 4, Hollins to take the free kick. Harvey's nerve not shattered. 10 minutes left, and Chelsea have been lifted up and flung straight back into the game, playing with their tails right up now. Gray to Giles. And Hollins, number 4. Baldwin. Jones back to Hunter, brought down by Baldwin. That's Baldwin, there's Hunter. And Cooper to take the free kick, and again significantly, Charlton has not gone up into the penalty area. McCready. Houseman coming back to help the defence. Peter Houseman, a much underrated player on the Chelsea side. Bremner up with the attack. And it's a corner kick. Bremner always goes forward when Leeds are in a spot of bother. With him, number 4 of Chelsea, Hollins. Charlton has gone up for this one, but waiting on the edge of the box to run in and meet this corner. And Gray to take the corner. Bremner off the line, but a free kick. Free kick anyway. Free kick to Chelsea. There's Bremner, who fling himself up into the attack now, searching for this goal. 8 minutes to go, 1 goal each. Free kick to Chelsea, taken by Dempsey. Cook. One flash of genius from him brought Chelsea into it. Charlie Cook, player who can win a game with one flash of genius. Hutchinson to take this throw, much to the delight of the Chelsea supporters. Osgood. Charlton to Cook. Hollins. Throw to Leeds. Johnny Hollins, player like Bremner. Cooper, 7 minutes from the end. Jones fouled, but one wonders what Jones is doing so far back for Leeds. Cooper to take the free kick for Leeds. Bremner. Hutchinson getting it to Cook, and now Houseman. Up comes McCready. Throw to Chelsea. They're not using Hutchinson this time, he's staying in the middle. Going to use Hollins, who's the number 2 throwing expert. Hollins. Clark, he volleyed that ball beautifully to Gray. Clark. Giles hanging back in space. This is Giles. Hunter to Cooper. He's looked a danger man all the match, this fellow. Jones, there's Bremner there. Oh, he's taken it right in his face. McCready's face. McCready's feet in Bremner's face. And Harris. McCready spawning his back, helping Bremner, but it's Osgood. Osgood's got Hutchinson on his right. Here's Hutchinson. It's the side netting. And the trainer comes on to Bremner. And the Leeds players are saying, surely that must have been dangerous play because McCready was in full flight. McCready is there helping Bremner. And Bremner must be wondering what hit him. And when Bremner was down on the ground, Chelsea could have broken away for the second goal. Here's Hutchinson, who broke from the pass by Osgood and was only inches away from what might have been the winning goal. That Bremner must have got it right by the ear. So with 5 minutes to go, Bremner is all right, it's one each. So Bremner running as strongly as ever. One wonders now whether we're heading for extra time or whether one of these two great sides can snatch the winner. Goal kick to Leeds. Lorimer being pressured by McCready, but finding Cooper. Cooper having as great a game as he did at Wembley. Now Bremner. And he's fouled. And Bremner letting his temper get the better of him. Oh, and Hutchinson's asking for trouble. So Bremner going into where the game is toughest and thickest and most dangerous, right at the heart of the Leeds of the Chelsea penalty box. The Chelsea wall has got to get back. Giles to Lorimer. That was the classic setup, but Lorimer got too far underneath it because he really can hit them anywhere 35 yards from goal. So it's a goal kick to Chelsea as the seconds tick away. Just over a couple of minutes left, not counting injury time. Looks as if we're going to get more for our money again. McCready with a throw for Chelsea. This is Cook to Houseman. Madeley. Ooh, Hunter might be running into trouble. Fortunately, Gray there to get him out. Gray to Giles. Leeds throwing everything into attack now. Cooper, it's gone too far. Now, Hunter. Webb beating Clark. Gray to the Giles. Bremner. Where's the referee? Play on. Playing up. Now, Houseman. Bremner chasing after the referee, deciding he'd better go back now. 1 minute left, and it's Cook for Chelsea. One goal each. A minute from the end. Baldwin. Baldwin still with it. Strange that he should have been able to keep it so long. Not like a chance, bad challenge. Osgood. Now Lorimer for Leeds. Leeds not breaking all that quickly. They're looking a wee bit tired now. Gray. Screened that well to Hunter. Lorimer not much chance in the air against Webb. Throw to Chelsea. We're playing the injury time now, and it's one goal each. Giles. Gray. Oh, and that wasn't far away, and Bonetti was caught flat-footed. And thought then for a moment Gray had hurt himself putting in that shot. It's a good shot, tipping all the way. And caught Bonetti by surprise. Charlton. To Giles. To Cooper. Dempsey. Bremner to Giles. And Cook tackling like a demon. We don't expect that of him. And now it's Houseman. And Madeley coming up like an Olympic sprinter. Into Osgood. And Bremner now back in defence. To Giles. What a match this has been. Lorimer. There goes Jones! Oh, we'd only got an inch higher. It would have been the winner. What a sensation. Well, this game owes nothing to the Wembley final. It's just been a continuation of it. Goal kick to Chelsea. And the whistle goes for the end of the FA Cup final replay. 1 goal each. And it's another half hour. Jones scored after 35 minutes. And brilliant goal, 12 minutes from the end by Osgood. Charlie Cook, the man who really made it with his dribble. There's Bonetti getting in for a tremendous cheer from the Stretford end, which is populated by Chelsea fans for this game. So, 2 periods, 15 minutes each way. Leeds to kick off, 1 goal each. On Madeley. Once again, it's a test of stamina as well as skill. Cook. Cook inside to Baldwin. To Osgood, number 9. Hollins. That's too much for Hutchinson. Ian Hutchinson. Well, Harvey, you certainly couldn't blame him for the goal that Osgood got. Clark to Lorimer. The wind has dropped a wee bit now. Jones. Free kick. Jones fouled by McCready. So Mick Jones, the man who was brought down. So Lorimer can float this one, looking for the tall fellas. Clark looking round, wondering how he fell down. McCready, Hutchinson. Hollins had raced forward a wee bit too quickly. Gray. And Hollins back now in defence. Splendid match Hollins is having. Houseman scored offside. Rather dangerous that, I think, by Hunter racing up. Houseman was caught, but these decisions are always hairline ones. You feel a bit of a chump if he's allowed to go through and score. Clark to Lorimer. Bremner lucky with that rebound to Giles. To Madeley. Giles. Bremner ran away from him, and Cook proving a demon tackler for Chelsea. There's a gap in front of him. Hutchinson, Baldwin. And Harvey. Harvey was having his leg held by Osgood. Everybody happy now, though. Gray up to Lorimer. Brennan beginning to move down the middle. Lorimer to Giles. Gray, Lorimer. Dempsey beaten Jones mainly in the air. And offside. But nevertheless, Hollins back quickly, reading it well. Lorimer was caught offside. But Lorimer caught. The ball had no chance to get to him because of the quick thinking of Hollins. Webb will take the free kick. Leeds again, it's Giles. Well, Benetti might be injured, but he'll cope with those, Johnny Giles. Charlton. Lorimer. Hollins to Baldwin. Chelsea proving a bit more sprightly than Leeds at the moment. Cooper. Giles. Gray to Giles. And Madeley. Well, throw to Chelsea is better than a goal kick. Five minutes of extra time gone, the first half of extra time, 1 goal each. Hollins with the throw for Chelsea. And push, free kick, pushed by Clark, free kick to Chelsea. Webb took the free kick. Gray. McCready following Lorimer everywhere. And with success. Hunter. Cooper. Giles. Hunter. Number 6. Norman Hunter wanted to pull that back a bit. A bit disappointed to see it dropping on the top of that netting. Oh, we'll talk about this cup final for years. Madeley. Out of play, throw to Chelsea. Osgood, good running into that space. So it is surely a Hutchinson-made situation. And there's number 10, Hutchinson. I don't think he'll let Charlie Cook take it. Cook thinks it's a free kick, but it's a throw. Hutchinson sensibly conserving his energy. Oh, windmill arms Hutchinson. Bremner. Jones. Wait for his colleagues to break. And it's Gray. And it's still in play. Midway through the first half of extra time, 1 goal each. Madeley. Cooper. Cooper had a splendid match to Hunter. Gray, who's roaming everywhere in this extra time, trying to work the Wembley magic. Clark to Hunter. Great tackle by Baldwin. Striker tackling defender. Cooper. He had his dummy bought. Osgood. Finding Hollins. Hutchinson. Osgood. Hook. Almost bought his own dummy then. And Charlie Cook got right out of rhythm then. Number 10. Giles. Gray. And the pace hasn't slackened despite the extra time. Jones. Madeley. Lorimer. Clark. And a throw to Leeds. Number 8, Alan Clark. Leaving the throw to Lorimer. Ray, Remner, Cooper. Well, not much doubt about that foul by Baldwin on Cooper. Not a nice position in which to concede a free kick, especially not at such a vital time. 5 minutes before half-time in extra time. Giles, oh, it's curling away from the goal, a beautiful one. Lorimer. Oh, Benetti's still a world-class goalkeeper, if you can take one from Lorimer. Great save by Benetti. Remner to Madeley, and offside against both Clark and Lorimer. It's Clark. Webb not far away from him, as usual. Well, those are the Chelsea fans doing a fair imitation of the Stretford end. Houseman. Offside, Osgood. Still brought it down well, though, and then got underneath it. And Hunter. Cramp. The old... the treatment for Cramp. Trying to screw the foot off. One or two of the players, I think, are going to suffer from it. There's Baldwin, I thought, was going to roll stockings down. But always the worry when you get into extra time. Cramp suddenly hitting players. So it's a free kick then to Leeds. Madeley. 3 minutes to a welcome break. Hunter. And Hunter did well to retain possession. And Hunter's really in trouble with his cramp. And Hunter again needs Les Cocker. Now, it doesn't mean he's making himself comfortable when he gets his hands behind his neck like that. That is the position you've got to lie in if you're being treated for crap. And McCready deciding he'll rest it his own way. Chelsea fans are beginning to see this as a sign that they're getting on top. If a man like Norman Hunter's going down, so now they're trying to lift their team. Osgood just having a rest. One or two of the players are sitting down, but up they've got to get. Throw to Chelsea. And Hutchinson building up the position for one of his famous long runs near to the penalty box, and up goes Dempsey and Webb as Hutchinson prepares to take the throw. Webb has scored. What a throw that was. And just look at it. It's a free kick, not a throw. And a backheader from Charlton, and there's Webb, number 6, getting up to it. So, David Webb has sent the Chelsea fans wild, and it's 2-1 for Chelsea. With a minute left of this half of extra time. Webb now turning up in defence. 104 minutes we've been playing. And it's Bremner for Leeds, and brought down by Cook. And Scott turns round to face Scott. And certainly nobody's loving anybody in this game. We're playing injury time at the moment. Giles, Madeley, Jones, Gray, and Husband has got a clear field in front of him as the whistle goes for half-time in extra time. And that's the position as players now go down with cramp. Trainers run. There's David Webb, the man who got an important second goal. So as the players get their last-minute instructions, the Chelsea fans have decided that when the cup looked as if it was on the way across the Pennines, it's now going down the M6 to London. But we've got another 15 minutes. Chelsea to kick off. Throw to Leeds United. Giles to Gray. Now Gray. Giles, up goes Jones, and Bremner playing now as a centre forward. Comes scrum half. Comes. No doubt we're going to see all-out Leeds attacking in this next 15 minutes. McCready. McCready, a great ball to Houseman. Now Madeley bided his time, deserved that ball for his perseverance. Now Bremner. Clark and Lorimer up. And Gray will have to put a spurt on. It's a throw to Leeds. Almost as good as the smile got at Liverpool, the Chelsea fans. Throw to Leeds. Charlton. Charlton to Hunter. Gray. Clark to Giles. Cooper. Oh, that was deflected just enough by McCready. Throw to Leeds. Hunter wants to take this one. Urge Gray to Bremner. Jones to Charlton. Hunter. Hunter struggling with cramp. Baldwin, back to Harris. Now Baldwin. Free kick to Leeds. Norman Hunter still struggling with cramp. Free kick to Leeds. And Don Revie looking very, very perturbed now. Gray. Giles. Gray. Charlton has moved up into the penalty area. Well, Gray can't beat them all. Cooper. Charlton. Benetti playing the game of his life despite his injuries. Osgood. Houseman, it's 3 against 2 at the moment. And offside. Offside. Well offside by a mile. And Hutchinson can't really expect a goal for that. Harvey took a risk coming so far out. Free kick to Leeds. Leeds, who had this game won. Cooper. And Dempsey, like a rock for Chelsea at the back. As Dempsey has played such a fine game. And the Chelsea fans really raising their team now. Houseman to Osgood, he's onside in his own half. 10 minutes left, Chelsea 2-1 in the lead. Osgood. Up comes Cook. Houseman. Offside, Hutchinson offside. There's Sexton still looking rather quizzical about things. Gray to Giles. Webb has played Clark so well. Number 4 is Hollins. Hutchinson. That's Hunter. On his right foot. Harvey getting him out of trouble. And, Marvin Hinton going to come on for Chelsea. And this is an extra defender as they're leading 2-1. This is a good tactical move. Baldwin. It's Osgood going off, I think. It looks as if it might be Osgood. McCready to Osgood, who moved towards the trainer's bench. There seems nothing wrong with Osgood. Giles. He's wondering what else they can do now. This is Gray. Man of the match at Wembley, Bremner. And Johnny Giles. Throw. And Osgood going off. Osgood goes off. Osgood's gone off. And Hinton has gone on. So Chelsea have traded an attacker for a defender. Cooper. And there's a free kick. Bremner fouling the goalkeeper. So it's a free kick too. Marvin Hinton, just seeing how Webb is. Marvin Hinton, number 12, the substitute. Free kick to Chelsea. 7 minutes from the end, Chelsea lead 2-1. Webb has gone into a midfield role now, but it's a defensive midfield role. He mustn't commit himself like that. Cooper, throw to Leeds. Jones, still in play. Gray. There's a careless one. Throw in. Careless one by Dempsey. He's played so well. Gray with the throw for Leeds. Clark and a corner. Now then, this should be a case of everybody getting in. This is Alan Clark. 6 minutes to go. And every Chelsea man is back. Charlton on the goal line. 9 Leeds men in the Chelsea penalty box. Gray, oh, it's off the line. Played off the line by McCready. Well, you're bound to get that in these situations. Leeds piling on everything now, desperate for the equaliser. Charlton. And it's Cook. And they've left Houseman unmarked. This is Houseman. Houseman now to Hollins. A quick break by Chelsea. Hinton to Cook. Cook, the sort of man who can retain possession. To McCready. Up comes Harris. Right. Norman Hunter. So just 5 minutes to go before the end. And Leeds United are 2-1 down after being a goal up. That's Cooper. Chelsea retreating to pack their penalty area. Gray. Obstruction. So another desperate situation. Chelsea bringing everybody back. I would have thought they'd have left somebody up. So all those dark shirts going back. Lorimer off the target though. Peter Lorimer, the man that Leeds were hoping might snatch one from outside the box. 4 minutes left. This Marathon Cup final. By the time it's all over, if it is all over tonight, it will have taken 4 hours to settle the deadline. Giles. Charlton up as centre forward with Bremner. Goal kick. Bremner not driving his men forward, now he's dragging them forward. He's up as an attacker. So too is Charlton. Leeds, of course, leaving themselves open at the back, but they've got to do it. Clark. Charlton. Jones, Bremner. Jones. Corner kick. So Bremner shouting, cajoling and everything. And it's an amazing sight. Everybody getting into the penalty box except Harvey, the Leeds goalkeeper. Never seen such congestion. And Bremner finishes in the back of the net, but what a wasted corner. Leeds can't afford to waste corners like that. So, 2 minutes left. 2 minutes between Chelsea and the Cup. Giles to Gray. And Benetti. Thought for a moment he'd come too far out. Hollins. Calm head on his shoulders. Hunter to Cooper. Test of real character for Chelsea, this. They're getting up to the high ones. And Hinton. And Hinton, the substitute, leaving it for Cook. And Hinton calling his men out to come on attack. Hollins going up in support of Cook. Baldwin there. Harris. Cook. Cook will try and play this keep ball. He's got a minute to go. Hunter fouling Cook, so it's a free kick to Chelsea. Harris will take his time, taking the free kick. Leaving it for Hollins. And the Chelsea fans have sensed victory now. Hollins with the free kick. Lorimer out. Charlton. Lorimer to Madeley. 30 seconds from the end. Charlton to Clark. To Giles, that's a desperate up and under. Gray. Oh, he should have taken his time on that one. It could be the last chance. The 15 minutes are up by our watch. It's injury time now between Chelsea and the Cup. And what an epic, memorable Cup final this has been. A great game at Wembley, a great game here. Chelsea coming from behind to win. Chelsea have won it. Chelsea have won it. And there's Webb getting mobbed, the scorer of the winning goal. And they're the Chelsea fans. The victorious Chelsea team. Full marks to a side that can come from behind and win. Especially against Leeds. All recriminations forgotten. The players swap shirts. The crowd cheer. And Ronnie Harris, who knows what it is to be a loser in a cup final, will now go up to receive the cup. There's Peter Osgood scored the first goal as the Leeds team have to come off the pitch. Billy Bremner in the background. There's Ron Harris being led up to receive the trophy from the chairman of the Football Association, Dr. Stephen. So, and Ron Harris, the brave Peter Bonetti. Johnny Hollins, Peter Houseman, Tommy Baldwin, Charlie Cook, who made that equalising goal. And who's this? Ian Hutchinson. He's a Chelsea player, don't worry. And Travis Hinton, and I think Dr. Stephen thought that Hutchinson was a Chelsea player, was rather a Leeds player wearing the white shirt of Leeds. There's Peter Osgood, looking like Billy Bremner in a white number 4 shirt. And so the lap of honour begins. Taking the cup first to the Stretford end, where are massed all the Chelsea supporters. So join Chelsea in their cheers of victory. Could we just give a word to the crowd? They were asked not to invade the pitch, and not a soul has come onto the pitch. Great credit to a wonderful crowd which has seen a wonderful FA Cup final. Not only tonight, but 2.5 weeks ago at Wembley. 4 great hours between 2 great teams. Peter Osgood and Ron Harris. And who's that inspecting his medal just on the left? And Peter Bonetti being led off by Alan Hudson. Always a wonderful moving moment at the end of a cup final. I think Osgood's made a killing. He's got a Chelsea scarf round his neck. There's Osgood with his scarf. And anybody who's just tuned in, Leeds United haven't won the cup. These are the Chelsea players who swapped shirts. This has been a tremendous victory. Any team that can come from behind in a cup final. And the Leeds fans are now applauding the Chelsea team. But look at those Chelsea fans. Charlie Cook deciding he's had enough. And the chant is, "We want Sexton, we want Sexton." There's Osgood, barefooted. Still, he's got a scarf.